We have arrived, moored nicely in St. George's, 4 days and 6 hours, 700 and a bit miles.
And we are glad to see land.
Next morning, not as bright as we expected. It is raining. Well, just. This is our dock for a couple of days with the usual bomb that landed on the aft deck. Yesterday we got lots of water over the decks and into the lockers. Now it's time to dry them out. A bit of wave got through this hatch again, so we are drying the bow cabin also. And of course, the one thing that got wet is the new seats. That
these aren't going to go rusty.
We are spraying T9.
The T9 probably cost more than the chair. Our first nice sunset inside Bermuda. We have ventured out on our first nice easy day.
First vacation day.
Yeah. There's Cloudy Bay in the background. They're putting up the Christmas decorations. All manner of yachts here. This one from Huntington in New York. We were in Huntington. The catamaran from I don't know where. The one in front of us is from Massachusetts, where we've been. The one behind us is from New York, and Beetlejuice there is from I don't know where. They were the ones who were chasing us in. Beautiful calm evening in St. George's. And Cloudy's sitting over there with her friends, taking a well-deserved rest. And here's Juana in her summer gear. Gone is the woolly hat, gloves, socks.
A ferry is coming in where we are parked, so we have to move the boat. Perfect weather to do so. We are going to raft up on the outside of Gale, the dark hull boat over there. What were we saying? That we sailed into summer? I don't think so. You owe me sailing into summer! And we are soaked, but nicely rafted up. At least for a couple of days, till we'll probably have to move again. Cloudy Bay in her new location. And the fenders on the stern are an experiment to see if we can stop the lapping on the stern tonight.
Finally, we're getting out and about. It's dry for about 5 minutes. This is Water Street in St. George's. Quite quiet. A few tourists kicking around. Nice and warm. That way is blue sky. This is St. George's Harbour. Quite a few boats anchored out. The fuel dock over here. Lots of nice classic boats around, coming in from New England, I guess. And there's a classic bunny. Very quaint little back streets. And they seem to do something with their roofs. It looks like they've glass fibered or concreted in all the tiles. Maybe that's a good idea with the hurricanes that come round. Lots of lovely colourful buildings here. This is the famous Longhouse from 1800. We'll go down and see the wharf. This nice light blue building is the Hunter Building from 1790. This looks a little bit like Nelson's Dockyard, doesn't it? Nice view of the wharf. Lots of colourful buildings, the old warehouses. And over there is the Customs Island, where Cloudy Bay is sitting, and out to the anchorage. The entrance is so narrow you can't even see it. We're now at the end of the World Heritage Somers Wharf. This is the World Heritage Centre, where we just had a very nice chat. People are very friendly and very informative. And we will now go inland. Yeah, these roofs are very interesting. We just found out that they're actually limestone tiles covered in concrete. And each roof has channels all over it to collect the water. So it's the only way they get their water. And they paint the roof with some sort of antibacterial paint so the water doesn't get contaminated. Quite interesting. We haven't seen that anywhere else. There's Cloudy Bay through there in the docks. Coming into Water Street, into the historical area again. Beautiful little houses here. Again, looking down Water Street. Not the best of sunlight to record this street. Down there it's sunny. Very quaint. I just imagine what it must have been like. It's no wonder they made it World Heritage.
St. Peter's Church, the oldest Anglican church outside the British Isles.
First built in 1640. Beautiful wooden roof.
St. George's Square, the town hall.
This is the back of the town hall. Very cute little scene. Smell of cut grass in November. Love it. It's cloudy as in this nice little dock here, right next to the town hall and the town square.
Our evening scene. Oh, what you doing there?
I know it looks silly brushing the decks, but we one day on the wall there and we are covered, no grit on the deck. Just keep feeling it everywhere I'm walking, so I'm brushing. We've got the parts for the bike, so we are attempting now to mend it. This is the old servo. We just put in the new one here, and if you watch, that's first gear, second gear, third gear, second gear, first gear. Voila! Let's hope it works when I put it all back together again too. Servo's back on in here, and the cover is going back on. Now I'm going to put about 3 gazillion screws in. The pedal needs to go on. We are in the post office buying our bus tickets to go to Hamilton, to the dockyards.
Next morning we've made it to Hamilton. Very pleasant bus ride here. And we have discovered yet another very colorful and beautiful place.
We are on the ferry to the naval dockyard. This is Hamilton. It's a bit of a chilly, windy day today. We're trying to look as summery as possible. We have our coffee already, and we are warm. Just. Nice marina there. Now we're moving. This is more like cloudy bay speed. 30 odd knots. Coming into the old naval docks. The sun is out. We are going into the National Museum of Bermuda. One is really excited. She loves museums. Time for a cat nap for her. This is the impressive Commissioner's House. Barracks. Don't get blown away. Ooh, it's a windy day. Hardly hold the camera still. Oh, look at that blue water. This is Commissioner's House. There's the Admiral on the steps, saluting the captain. And down over all the old Navy dockyards. Quite a setup they had here. Inside the Commissioner's house, very nice exhibit about the Bermuda race from New England to Bermuda, which took place every year from June. Now comes from Rhode Island. And an interesting exhibit on the Gulf Stream temperatures, which is exactly what we saw. Coming across here, went up to 26 degrees and stayed at 24 as we came down here to Bermuda. Amazing how it goes from 11 degrees in the north to 29 just a little bit south.
I'm so yawning, but Glenn is so excited.
It's got a bit of everything. salt mining there. Prison ships. Building of the naval fort. Very cleverly done.
Back to practical exhibits. More down to earth or down to sea.
Just trying to see if there's any outboards here that are older than me. And there actually are, quite a few. 1950s, that was weird.
Yet another yard under the storm clouds.
That building looks a bit drafty. Really, so does this one tonight. Look, there's Oracle. Reputedly, these catamarans are faster than Hallberg-Rassy's, but I really can't believe it. Can you? Oh, look. They just don't look sleek at all.
This morning's arrangement. We have 4 boats on the dock. Countless lines either side. The beautiful Swan 66 that we rafted up on. And the nearly lethal gangplank that we have to walk on and off the boat. We survived the disembarking, so did our bikes.
This time we're visiting northeast Bermuda. So now we've got the bike saddle, it's probably going to rain, but fingers crossed. Going through some bit of St George's on the main street. 2 minutes down the road, up the first hill, first break.
Puffing.
To see a nice view of the bay. It's really filling up because of this storm that's coming tonight. Over there is cloudy, snugged up in St George's. Hello! We're on Gates Fort. Well, I'm on Gates Fort. One is down there. This is the town cut that we came through in the pitch black. See, it's not very wide. And here's another fort. I guess this one a little bit more modern. The Second World War by the looks. Alexandra Battery Park. This little beast weighs 20 tons. Can fire a 256 pound shell, guarding the cut coming into the harbour in the late 1800s. Rather blustery up here on Alexandra Battery in the early 1900s. Oh, nice little beach. So nice to see clear blue water again. Lovely blue water. And there we have another fort. Very pretty little road here. We are now on the north-west tip of the island. The Fort of St Catherine, the next one along. These are pretty big guns. Apparently they could pierce 12 inches of armour at 1,000 yards. That's pretty impressive. Tobacco Bay, which I guess could be beautiful if it was warmer. Well, it is beautiful. Beautiful for a swim. Great snorkeling over there, look. And this is Bermuda. Lots of little inlets. Nice safe anchorages for boats. Now heading to St David's. Have I still got a follower? Lovely blue water. And yet another battery. St David's Battery at St David's Point. There's some huge guns here. Mr. Bunny. Hello, Bunny. Here she comes. In a little grey black outfit. Look at that. She looks like a
Another one.
stealth cyclist. From St. David's Battery over towards the other side of that lighthouse is Clearwater Bay. That's where we're going next.
St. David's Lighthouse with spectacular views over the bay.
Turtle Beach on Cooper's Island. Beautiful water and sand. Just not the weather. There is a lifeguard on duty, although she doesn't look very prepared. Are you ready to dive in and swim and fetch somebody? I'll trust you to come get me. I think not. Now this is a beach. Oh, we had blue sky to go with that beautiful crystal clear water. Look at that, it's absolutely beautiful. Spectacular view. It does feel like Scotland on a bright summer's day. Wonderful beaches. Looking south down to the main island there. Very blustery day. This is Clearwater Bay. It's starting to get a little bit dark now. And the beach itself is still beautiful. Beautiful coloured houses here. And coming out into the town square, we turn the corner and there's Cloudy Bay. Hello, Daddy's home. And in St. George's they have just turned on the Christmas lights. It's looking quite pretty.
Yet more reshuffling on the docks the next morning. Beetlejuice is leaving. We dropped the lines that were pulling us to the other dock.
Yeah, I'm gonna take mine back across, but we're too deep to be against the wall. We need to be on.
What do you know? Sun has popped out. Doesn't it look prettier in this bright light? We are out for a walk to enjoy the sun. Lines again.
St. George's on a nice day around Somers Wharf. Today is a very different day. The big low blew through last night. We got pelted with rain, and this morning it's bright and sunny. Colourful houses on Water Street. This is Somers Garden, after George Somers, who first landed here. Lovely palms in the park here, although you do notice some trees have got their tops missing. Gifts from hurricanes of past.
Perfectly manicured gardens. It is said that the heart of Sir George Somers is buried here in this garden. Beautiful colors.
Nice little house with banana gardens. Behind it is the unfinished church.
Monday morning feeling. And clouds again. Rearranging lines again. This time Gale is leaving. Scooter day today. Beautiful golf course with very nice properties on the hill there.
Very, very nice part of the island here. Clearly this is where the people with a bit of cash live. Beautiful houses, all with docks down to blue, blue water. Absolutely beautiful.
John Smith Bay. Oh, I want to jump in that water. Palm Grove Gardens. Have you made your wish?
I'm making my wish. Some pretty woman comes and kisses me. Ah, came true.
Let's eat. Devonshire Bay. Elbow Beach. Elbow Beach Park.
Nice little cove.
Horseshoe Bay.
Beautiful.
What do you think?
Beautiful beach. Gonna come back here in the summer, I think. Wonderful.
And the same Horseshoe Bay view from uphill. Oh, splendid.
These are probably the prettiest beaches we've ever seen. Just absolutely exquisite. Look, not a single mark on the beach, no deck chairs, no people. Just amazing.
I could live in a bay like that. We've made it back to Cloudy Bay. Our bums are numb, but it was a very nice day on the scooter.
Looks like she's been a good girl.
Never a dull moment on Cloudy Bay. We woke up at 6 a.m. to change dock again. I think it must be the 4th or the 5th time we've changed docks. We were touching bottom and now we have moved across from Deliverance. Last night we were across from the customs office. 4.5 meters depth here, so it should be better. Captain Numpty over here
Yeah, Captain Numpty big time.
will be punished. Our new clean bottom. Don't remind him of that.
It's chilly.
Lovely and warm.
Just get used to it for a minute. Oh, fucked up my paint job. Actually, it's not so bad. Just go through the epoxy.
Platts Village. Very, very pretty. Shame that the sun is not out.
We're now up by the naval dockyards. This is the land that was reclaimed for the America's Cup. We're guessing this is where they staged everything. Because in the corner here is Artemis, which was one of the competitors. So sad to see the catamaran just sitting here rotting. Incredible to see the inside of the main pod. Looks more like the inside of an aircraft rather than a sailing boat. Look at all the electronics and the hydraulic hoses and the... Well, you got your helmet on. Shall we put it together and give it a go? They wear helmets like this. There's the coffee grinder in the pod, which links directly to the only winch. Quite something. Okay, I've got my helmet on. Quick, let's catch Ben Ainsley in Land Rover. Yay! Or is it Emirates? Yay! Not doing anything. We're not going any faster. Put the foils down. There's the foils. What a machine. Really is more like an aircraft.
Mangrove Bay Wharf, one of the many beautiful water inlets full of boats.
Map reading again.
Looks like they are on high tide here. Same as the resorts we came across yesterday. This one, it's not exactly crowded.
People who are lying on these sunbeds have obviously been washed away. They were here.
Somerset Bay from the other side, and with a bit of sunshine. Beautiful water. Pompano Beach Club. We've made it back just before the rain. Glenn is readjusting the fenders for the 100th time today.
wait for this wind to swing round and take us off of this thing.
Glenn doesn't like this dock here.
Don't like any dock, especially concrete docks. Very windy morning this morning. Even white caps in the harbour. Blowing 30-35 knots. Imagine I'm not too happy about bashing up and down against this concrete wall, but at least we're not hard on now. The wind is more straight on our bow. Still not good, but we're better off than those poor guys out there on the anchorage who are having all sorts of fun and games. Oh, the boss is out. I bet she's looking for her camera. Are you looking for the GoPro?
Summer statue and a sample of how the wind looks like, more to the point how the water looks like in the harbour. Cloudy Bay rubbing her fenders against the town dock. High tide and still very windy. All fenders out and a bit of sail out.
Yeah, we thought we'd go sailing in the harbour. Try and hold us off.
Look at that.
Wednesday at lunchtime, we are here where the green dot is, and this low pressure system is taking up the whole of the Western Atlantic. It gets to its deepest on Thursday up by Newfoundland and 950 on the barometric pressure, which is pretty low, and its effects on the cold front come right the way down to Cuba and even into Mexico. So it's from Newfoundland or Northern Atlantic right down here. So we're going to have these very, very strong winds from the west for a day or so yet. We'll have to wait for them to go.
Today's piece of history is Lily Bermuda Perfumery, established in 1928. Welcome to paradise. The world map with the origin of essential oils in perfumery. For Bermuda, the original scent is cedarwood. The perfumery room, where they keep the drums of oils.
A few with oils, not many. At the moment, we just have one.
A sunken treasure has been revealed in one of the wrecks, a 19th century fragrance, which Lily Bermuda later on analyzed, and they've made their own perfume after it. Our last morning in Bermuda. Yesterday was a calmer day. Today it's a bit breezy. We will be making a move in a few minutes.